It's your boy Davidoff. I'm a little bit stressed right now. I was editing the Giants vlog last night, went to bed at 2 a.m. Set an alarm for 5 a.m. for a reason. I slept through the 5 a.m. alarm and the 5:30 and the 6 a.m. The 6:30 woke me up. This was the last possible alarm that could wake me up that would get me on my tours on time. I'm heading to my next tour right now. This is the most expensive tour that I've paid for on this holiday. It is expensive, but it sounds really damn good. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm off to the Royal National Park, which also includes a visit to Symbio Wildlife Park, where you can meet koalas and other things. So that's going to be nice, get close to nature. It also involves other things like Botany Bay. I can't remember all the names of the places, but there's a coastline, there's a rainforest walk, there's a cockroach on the floor. But that's not part of the intro. What else is there? I forgot. There's a beach. There's a lookout, a rainforest, a thing called Sea Cliff Bridge, which sounds interesting. Probably what it sounds like, probably a bridge on a cliff. And something called the ocean pool you can dip your feet in. I haven't got my swimming suit, but I might just dip my feet in for a couple seconds while everyone else swims. Ends in wine tasting, but I'm not going to do wine tasting. I'm not a fan, so I'm just going to sit out that one. That's the very last activity. And yeah, it's a full 11-hour tour. There's a lot of things to see. I'm very excited, but also very stressed because my pickup point is 7:30 a.m. and my hotel is like a 30-minute walk from there. I am very close on time. Like I'll be there before 7:30, but barely. Hopefully this tour operator doesn't leave too early, and they remember that there's a solo guy called David coming on the tour with them. It would be awkward if they left me, considering how much I paid for this tour. That is a fire engine. That reminds me, there's also a waterfall on this tour. I love waterfalls. I look forward to seeing one. That's what I forgot. I knew I forgot something. I was just like, I got my passport, got my wallet, got my hotel, got my phone, got my bag, got my stuff, got a hoodie just in case. I knew I forgot something. My water bottle. For flip's sake, I bought water last night and I put it in the fridge, preserved it for a cold morning today. A nice cold water for the heat coming up. I've left it in the fridge in the hotel. For flip's sake. Hopefully there's a shop next to the coach, because I'm actually very thirsty. Bear in mind, I literally woke up, I rushed everything. Freshened up, showered. I did so much in a short amount of time. So the fact that I even managed to get all my other stuff is quite impressive, because when I'm in a rush I panic and I forget things. I was going to say there could be worse things to forget than water, but you literally need water to live. So water, the Easy Mart, I'm almost there. It's the Marriott Hotel, 30 Pitt Street, so I just got to meet there. At least I've made it. The coach ain't here yet. I think there's people waiting as well. $3.50, but not as good as the 7-Eleven 2 for $6, but it's not that much of a loss. So, and it's also not as cold though, so that's the thing. Even though it looks cold, the 7-Eleven water's now that's cold. This is just semi-cool. Anyway, I've made it, so I can relax a bit, and let's get on to doing the tour.
Lexus, you're on holiday? Yes. And I have cables, so if you need cables, yeah. So you need one now? Yeah. What sort of phone? That was their insurance policy. Plane 6:45. It is a big day. We'll be doing lots of pretty relaxed pace. So I like to think of it as like just a long Sunday drive. Met his fate on a subsequent voyage to impress his boss back home. And it's more or less dammed by this weir, and on the left that's tidal, so that goes out to port hacking, eventually out to the ocean. So it's at close to high tide at the moment. We've done half of it, and I'm thinking by the city, we're not that far away, like another world here. So from here, and halloumi. A lot of people ask me about halloumi. Halloumi is a Mediterranean cheese. Yeah, it's coarse white cheese. They cut it into thick slices and sear it on either side, and it is.
As part of the tour, we get to come in here earlier than opening time, before the customers come in, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that one up there, but it'll be pale yellow. So that one's dyed now and it's gone brown.
And then this is like a cone that has all the seed pods still closed. One guy, his father's at the yeah. He's not moving. Come on through.
Hi, come on in, grab your cameras out. Oh my gosh. Get some photos with the koala. This is adorable. This is Mark. No, not yet. Not yet? Oh. Not yet.
Really soft.
So how old is she?
She's 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, boy's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
What does Jemba weigh now?
He's 11 kilos.
11. Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Are they like human babies where they're like very active and like really?
It's individual, really. Like it depends on the time of day. Basically, for the rest of the day, nearly 22 hours in the day is spent sleeping, and that is because eucalypt doesn't have a lot of energy or nutrients. There's no drug effect. They're not high off eucalypt. A lot of people ask me that question. It's just because it's very nutrient less, and they have to eat so much volume. Like little Barna, he only weighs about 4.5 kilos. He has to eat 400. They probably won't eat the more mature stuff because they are very picky. They're using their nose to guide them as to which ones to be eating first. And if it doesn't smell right, they'll turn their nose up and say, no thanks Liz, go and get me something else to eat. But 99% of the time they're pretty happy. We're very lucky to have access to about 8,000 eucalypt trees across our 7 plantations, and it sounds like a lot of trees, but just to feed one of the koalas in a year in a sustainable way, we need 1,000 eucalypt trees. So that's a lot of food. We have big plans to be planting 15,000 brand new eucalypts over the next few years. And you can actually all be a part of this if you'd like to. You can jump onto our website and purchase a koala food plantation tree or plant it in your honour at one of our plantations. And not only is it going to be feeding our koalas here at Symbio, but it's also going to be helping to create pockets of native habitat for so many other native animals as well.
Yeah.
What are their claws for?
To grip the
They
trees.
grip the tree. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers on each hand with some really long and sharp claws, and that allows them to hook into the trees and hold on quite tightly.
Would they use it for like attack or defense, or
they can? Yeah, boys will usually use their hands to their defense when they can, when they're trying to defend their territory. If they're being attacked by a dog on the ground, they're going to do everything that they can to protect themselves. Look out for the FSC logo on the back of those products. Make sure that it's come from a sustainable source, and also make the ones could potentially belong to koalas, because believe it or not, to this very day there are still areas of habitat being cut down to make way for things, whether it be homes, roadways, mining, farmland. So we've got to reduce the drive or push for the consumption of unsustainable products and make sure that it's just sustainable. Yeah. Any other questions before we say goodbye? I would have to come down to the ground to drink some water, but it doesn't really happen too often when they're here because we've always got lots of water for them. I've only really seen one of the koalas drink water, and he was a bit of a drama queen. So.
And they're all brothers or half brothers. Their father being Jemba, the one we saw first. Yeah. Yeah, he is a busy guy. And you can see as friendly as the others because they're accustomed to people. In the wild, they're timid.
Hi, big guy.
So he's thinking, oh, you're bringing me some food?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's looking physically at us. Where's my food?
Because sometimes we'll come in here with the boys, so I think he sees a few people around and thinking, oh, there's some leaf on the way. Yeah, so see how it's got 2 thumbs in the post and the other 3, so I can wrap around the branches and then get a good grip.
Yeah.
Hi, big guy.
Steve, what kind of noise do they make?
So they make a very sort of guttural growl when they're like upset with another koala or the 2 males. Or when they're mating. I've not seen them mate, but apparently it's a pretty brutal process. So the female will often bat them away, and then they will they'll mate, but it's quite a lot of noise going on and so on.
Oh my gosh.
And then they do make a sound, they call it bellowing, and it's like this. It's a deep, very deep sound, and they'll do that to let other males know that they're around, but also females know. So that's when they're in mating season.
Some of them are brownish, and some of them are gray.
Yeah, so they're
It
different
depends on-
colours.
Just depends on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the genetics are.
Yeah.
And so typically, so they're right down along the east coast, and in the north they will be lighter in colour and smaller in body size because it's hotter up there.
Yeah, yeah.
And down south they're darker and bigger. So there is that variation. But often when they're born, they'll be a brown colour and then they'll go more grey over time. Bite each other when they're annoyed. Yeah, they sleep upwards of 20 hours, 20 to 22 hours a day. So, you know, it takes a lot to digest the eucalyptus leaf because it's very high in fibre. And so they spend most of their time digesting and conserving energy. But a lot of animals, like big cats, they also sleep 20 hours a day. They can move, they can jump, so they can leap about a metre from one branch to another, and they can move along the ground. They sort of bound. It's like a canter, but not very, not for a great distance. Their environment is trees.
Yeah.
They have the little penguins, and the same ones, and they go there at night because they fish all day,
and they
come back in the evening.
Yeah, we were there during the day, so we didn't.
So these ones are right along the coast.
Oh my god.
And you see them in, there's a colony in Manly, just on the northern side of the harbour.
Wow.
These ones. Did you see them or
We
heard
went
about
yesterday.
them?
Yeah, we went to Manly yesterday.
And did you see the penguins?
I did not.
No. And there was a little penguin out there with her, swimming.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they're so cute. Oh yeah, you can see it.
So they may not go extinct from it. But yeah, there are breeding programs to have an insurance population that could potentially be reintroduced if required. Hello. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So you see how he's sniffing around?
Oh yeah.
Smells people.
Yeah. Maybe one of us isn't.
There he is. He's over here.
So their ears are almost translucent. But they don't waste any of that.
I don't know what this is a name for it.
Eastern grey kangaroo coming over to say hello. It's actually coming into the shade. This little one here is a red-necked wallaby. I don't know if you can tell the difference in colour. And that's an adult, or it's not quite fully grown, but and that is an adult red-necked wallaby over there. But you can see smaller than the kangaroos. Yeah, they don't mind if you pat them. You can go ahead.
So you can't pet them, you can only
You can pat
on the back, basically.
And I have some. Actually, the kangaroos,
they don't
different to the koalas,
Oh, yeah.
they won't mind you scratching between the ears or under the chin. And I've got
Oh, little guy.
They're so many.
I think they're heading to the shade. Would you like me to get a photo or video of him?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, there you go.
She likes me. She was holding my hand just so I wouldn't put it away.
how you would pronounce it.
Are they corrected? Like, no, it's Bondi? Or
Yeah, of course. Of course, we correct it. Yeah. We let them know.
I just love that.
Scratch underneath it. Okay, nothing to run out of the hole.
Yeah, so
There is a wombat in there. Doesn't want to come out. There's an itch needed somewhere here, but it doesn't want to come out. I've not seen one clearly yet, you know. I've seen some, I've just seen them sleeping and you see their back. Definitely haven't seen one move. And I still haven't. Wish I filmed that. That one just kicked that one out the way. I'm not really sure why. And that one just darted across here like it was Usain Bolt. If only I had a camera that was constantly recording that never ran out of battery, yeah, that would be so useful today. There's the Usain Bolt. I also couldn't see the cassowary, but there are emus here. Okay, mate, okay. Relax. I fed that Joey, well, it's a wallaby. I called it a Joey because it's a baby. I fed it twice. So one's on camera, one the tour guide filmed. The other one I could have filmed with another hand, but I didn't. But like every time it went in for more, it gripped my hand even more. It gripped my hand even harder. It's like, it clearly liked the food from my hand. It's like I fed it once. You saw it gripping me a little bit in the clip you saw. The second and third time, like, second time it gripped me even more to eat more. Went back for a third, gripped me even harder. I'm just like, this one's very hungry and it likes my food, so that's good. Even though it's just literally just grass. Meant to be something here. Apparently they got crocs here, but I feel like the croc enclosure should be a bit taller, fenced. So something is in here.
Bowerbird. Very cool.
Oh, I see. What is that to it?
Yes.
There's 3 on the lower branch.
Oh, I see it.
Coming off.
4.
Is there 4
Yep,
there?
there's 4. 5, 6, because there's 2 down.
It's a nice classic windmill. Ring-tailed lemur. Saw some yesterday at Taronga Zoo. You've not seen that vlog yet. Yeah, these dingoes, they always just fast sound asleep. Obviously they're basically dogs, but in the wild they're quite vicious, aren't they? As far as I've heard anyway. Oh, this one's not just sitting there sleeping. Oh no, okay, just wanted to get a better position to sleep. I can relate to that. Finding the right position to sleep is sometimes quite annoying, so fair enough, mate. Hello, mate. How you doing? You wave at him. There was a couple here just before me. He started bouncing around for them. So I'm just like, where's my dance? No? Even stuck his claws through for them. I'm just like, where's my high five? As you may guess, there's a lot of birds. But I can only see a few, even with my eyes. I can't see those though. Oh my word, they have a cheetah. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it's really depressing. It's pretty easy.
Red panda. He's there. Can't get a clear view of him. I can see his face. I don't know if you can. You can just about, just not because of my eyes, trust me. The camera's not doing this justice. In the camera he looks less red actually. There's a better angle. There's a shop here too. Wonder if they got ice cream. I keep seeing these things like in every ice cream store. Must be Australian because I've never had it. I've never seen it before. I got the most attractive flavour to me, so should be good. Oh, it's good. It's damn good. 9 out of 10. Davidoff food reviews. I've seen enough koalas today anyway. Kidding. You can never see enough koalas or kangaroos.
Yeah, small happy. That's the pink. That's got.
I don't even think these are part of the wildlife park. I think they're just someone's sheep. But before I'd come here, I thought, hey, there's some sheep over there. Let's go and see them. Yeah, sheep. You never know. We might have Kiwi or Welsh viewers. You know, they like sheep a bit more than the rest of us do.
I think he's eating pumpkin.
I see the wombat came out after I went around the whole wildlife park. For a second I thought the cassowary did as well, but it's just a figure. But he's in here somewhere. Somewhere it's like a thin enclosure, but it goes like all the way down there. It could be anywhere, but I don't know. Well, back to the kangaroos. Still can't see it. I would guess it's in a bush or something because it's a fairly big bird and you can't even see it. Does it also have camouflage? Because I'm pretty sure it's not green. Oh well, nobody home. There's a lot more people everywhere now, so I'm kind of appreciative that there's 4 kangaroos here with no one else here apart from me. I would come back here to try and get a good selfie because every so often these kangaroos, they stand up. Most of the time they eat, but they stand up. I got a couple selfies of them standing up, but like one was like bending over just as I was taking the photo, and the other one didn't quite, like, I mean, they're still good enough. I got 2 kangaroo selfies. It's just that I wanted them fully standing up, and they do that, but when they do that I don't have a camera ready. I'm not close enough to the kangaroo that's standing up. So you know what, we don't need to obsess over that. Okay, I got a couple selfies. Instagram, Davidoff Productions, and also Monsieur Davidoff. I'm not French, but I have an account called Monsieur Davidoff. I post most of my photos there, and the best ones are Davidoff Productions. So yeah, 2 accounts. If you want to see pictures from my vlogs, then go head over there. At the latest, maybe a couple of days after the vlog, the photos will be there, but they should be there before the vlog goes up because I tend to put it up on the same day. Still no itch neither. This is its enclosure, but at least there's 2 birds in here. This is really cool. It's probably like, in terms of like places like this, like wildlife sanctuaries and stuff, not like zoos per se, but sanctuaries like this, it's probably the best sanctuary I've been to. And I've been to quite a few in Victoria especially, so yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty sure there's one more I'm going to as well on another day, so I'll share that with you. And I don't mean a zoo, I mean something else. Again, no spoilers, but check back very soon. But yeah, this is a great place, and it's only the start of the tour. Like, this is just the wildlife part. There's plenty to explore after this, and there's lunch as well. So yeah, I looked for key rings. I saw crocodile key ring, a frog key ring, but not koala one. I think they all sold out because there was empty places. There's a koala fish magnet, but I didn't want a fish magnet, I wanted a key ring. I did buy a key ring, but it wasn't animal related. Yeah, it's a small tour group. There's 10 of us, 11 including the driver. It's meant to be small. It's meant to, 11 is the limit, I think. So 12 including the driver. The driver's a cool guy. I think he's the owner actually, because he's on one of the pictures on the Get Your Guide, like on the tour pictures that you scroll through. So yeah, there's like a group of 3 friends from America. There's an American couple. There's an American woman with her father, I think. He's got a walking stick. He's an old man. He's enjoying himself. He's having a good time. And a British couple as well. So yeah, and then there's me. I'm the only non-white person on the van. And once again, I feel special. I feel unique. Again, I have no issue with that. Just want to clarify. Every time I say this, I clarify that because people get offended by everything. When you say something like, "Oh, everyone here is white except me," someone will reply saying, "So what? You got a problem with that, mate? Are you racist?" I'm just like, no, I don't mean it that way, mate. I'm just making a joke that I feel unique. Okay, calm down. I've also been an early non-black person in the room before as well. Same situation. Feeling special. This is how much it would cost if I was to come here without a tour. With the tour, of course, my entry was included, so there is that. So yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow as well. I want to tell you, but I don't want to tell you. But I'm looking forward to it. Incredible, mate.
5 meters back, yeah.
Boats there somewhere.
Yeah, no. There's a few surfers down there as well. You see a few surfers in the water? Yeah, I just saw someone surfing a wave. There's not a lot of surf at the moment. No.
There's people down there on the beach and in the water, but with that high up you can barely see them. I can see them. They look like ants from here, but through the camera not as much.
Alright, let's continue exploring. How far it can expand too, because it's surrounded by forest and the cliff. Royal National Park to Wollongong. But yeah, different scale to geological times. Side of the cliff. And you can see just down on our left there's a rock shelf jutting out there. And there's another one just up in front of us. And those are harder layers of rock that have been left behind as the cliffs have eroded backwards. So this is all sedimentary rock. And here onto the Sea Cliff Bridge, you can see just down below us on the right, that is the old road just there. You see where that big boulder is? That sits in the middle of the old road. So you wouldn't want to be around when that came down. And then a little bit further along you can see there's been a recent landslip. And then a little bit further along, the road's gone. It's fallen away completely. So that's what would happen periodically, and this whole section of roadway would be cut.
The ocean's so calm today. The skies are clear, the sun's out. Beautiful weather.
British name. In front of us, that are lining the beach, the back of the beach here, they're Norfolk Island pines, and you see those. Very different to the next beach over, which is the main. The people there today. And so all the beaches that have and they do all sorts of competitions related to rescue skills where there are flags. That's what that means. So it's a safer area to swim on the beach and change. So they adapted very quick. Same, it was about 3 foot long, less than a metre. Drive out to the beach. Well, previously it was a network of swamps and forests, which all became inundated, and it became a shallow sea past the Museum of Contemporary Art. Now, just up in front of us,
to the ocean pool now. You can swim in the sea or the pool. The pool is salt water, so you can feel like ocean water. But I haven't brought my swimsuit, and if I can do some paddling I might, but if not, then I don't. On the way here we saw Cliffside Town or Cliffside Village. It's not a town because it has a post box. It's hard to find in Australia apparently. But like there was on the cliff pubs with great views on the cliff, schools, and even on the cliff cemeteries, which is, you know, they're dead so they can't have that view. But it's funny because their tombstones are facing the ocean, but people go and see them and they're facing opposite the ocean. So it's like, who does that benefit? Having said that, I wouldn't mind being buried there. So there is that. Here's the ocean. I expected a cooler shape at first. Not a bad view either. This is also our lunch stop. So if I'm not swimming, at least I'm eating.
it's a ship.
Yeah, I'm not going to the sand because I'm not going to swim anyway. If I was, then I would. And I did not bring my swimsuit to Australia. I should have, because I genuinely would have gotten in. We have got half an hour, like I got in last year at Queensland in that river. I've got the perfect shoes, you know. They got a lot of grip in sand, grass, dirt, snow. So it's not like it's a problem walking down there in these. But I don't want to get them dirty or sand in my socks. So yeah, it is what it is. It's hard to get views of the beach without filming people, because I don't want to film people, but those boats are huge. They don't look huge from here, but they are huge. This place gives me the same vibe as Great Ocean Road, and even like last year I did a Northern Queensland tour, just exploring a lot of Northern Queensland for a whole day. That was a great tour. The Great Ocean Road tour was amazing. This feels like the New South Wales version of those tours. So like, yeah, there's so much similarities with beaches and the mountains and all the trees. I love stuff like this. I love exploring like this. It's just really good. You just tour around on a bus and they just take you to all these places that look magnificent, along with a wildlife park today. It's just awesome to see. So yeah, I've had some good fun. There's some of my favourite tours are these types of tours. So this Great Ocean Road, one of my favourite ones that I've ever done actually. This one so far has been pretty good. We're about halfway through the tour. And then there was a Northern Queensland one last year. That was a fun tour. We saw quite a lot. I didn't dive, but I went into. I kept my swimming suit from the Great Barrier Reef. Went into Mossman Gorge near the river. That was pretty fun. There was a little fish in there swimming around. So yeah, I love tours like this, and I'm doing at least a couple more tours that involve going out and seeing lots of things. I think one's a walking tour though. There's one, I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm still exploring a few places after this. And there's one more place to explore in Sydney, and I assume it'll be a bit like this, different company though. I normally put the tour guide in the title, as in the company, but like the company it says on the app is different to the company on the van. So it's like, which one do I put in the title? Well, I'll work it out. What an incredible beach though. They've also got shark nets over there, so like somewhere in the ocean they've got nets that stop sharks from coming in. which is pretty cool. Apart from the one shark that broke in through a hole a few years ago. A truly fantastic view. This is the other side of the beach. Pretty cool. Sorry about the wind. I hope you can hear me. I'm talking closer to the phone just so you can hear me. There's a whole other side to the beach. It's just like less people, probably a better spot, but probably no shark nets and no flags and probably no lifeguards over there. Look how peaceful that looks, and yet it's so loud up here. That looks like a nice squiggly line if you look closer. To leave, we've got 5 minutes left here. Nice place, yeah, nice place. Again, I get a lot of Great Ocean Road vibes. One of the first stops we made on the Great Ocean Road a couple of years ago was very similar to this, so I like the vibe. I could have got ice cream here too, but I chose not to. Love the view.
Because they were big volcanoes, but it was mostly magma that pushed up through. Marsupials, small native marsupials, and power station. So you can see it's carved out of the solid rock. Makes it pretty low between the highlands and the coast. They're larger than the white cockatoos.
About to go on a bushwalk, then was a waterfall. Fell asleep for quite a bit of the journey here, it's about over an hour. We passed through a town called Robertson. I woke up like towards the end. It was a nice little town. Had a post office, so it's a town, not a village. There's some farms with a lot of trust where you can buy they leave eggs in a crate. You pay $7 and you take the eggs, and it's a trust thing, so no one there to do it. And then there's another farm where it's potatoes, bags of potatoes. They leave it in a trailer in their front garden. You just take it and pay $5, leave $5 there. I guess they have a lot of trust in New South Wales, at least this part anyway. Fitzroy Falls as well, there's 5 houses here. It's small town, small farms, with some massive cows. I wish I filmed those cows.
Looks a bit like that's an old volcanic cone, and that's on the.
Something similar. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they have a lot of them in New Zealand, and you see the unfurled palm fronds up on there, fern fronds. That's a very common symbol of the Maori in New Zealand. Yeah. So this is called a rough tree fern, and it's called a rough tree fern because on the outside it's rough. I'm just worried. So this is not eroding grain of sand by grain of sand. It's huge chunks fall away. So there you can see those columns of rock that are coming up. Had a tough life, some sort of tumorous disease, and so it's developed all these tumours, but it's not a contagious disease. The filaments that come out from the central core have eaten this tree just behind us here. Like a washed out pink colour. They don't last a very long. Seed that's in the seed pod. So yeah, great way to protect the seed here. Up there. Yeah. Thanks, you can flower there. It's like a gut feel.
It's like it is a rainforest.
Yeah, it might be up there.
Like it's near the boat. Because they say that the two presenters and today just go play golfing every day.
So the time difference.
Because all they need to do
It's like
is
live.
get up at 6 a.m.
It's,
Yeah.
You see the pink rainbow really useful for here you go. Oh yeah. So there's a place called Echelon. Echelon. But they're open for lunch, I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, they. It's kind of what I call country. Yeah. So now we've come down to here, we have to get back somehow, and the only way from here is up. But we'll go a different route. I'll take you. Sounds like a computer game.
Yeah. Where is he? That's what he's mimicking is a computer game.
That's a magpie he's making a sound of. Little parrots, that's a whipbird. Kookaburra? Have you heard of kookaburra? That's what it sounds like.
Why does it make that computer game noise?
I don't know, but they all make that noise. So it's one of their natural calls. There's a bit of a kookaburra. He's just up in there somewhere, but he's in the middle of the bush. I'm reluctant to walk up through there right now because we have seen some snakes around here recently.
Let's see what's over there.
It's the same. This is where we are, to the bottom there. That rock is oh, it's a few hundred metres, right down to the bottom there. You see right down there there's a pool. Yep.
Will it drop again when it gets to the...
It continues, yeah, it continues to drop down.
How far does it drop?
Well, eventually to the ocean. But you can imagine when you're looking at it here, how difficult it would be to hike up here. You know, it's very steep and unstable. And you look across the other side where there's been a tree has fallen and taken out everything in its path. So just hiking around there. Bushfires, we've had bushfire brigades in the town, and they're all volunteers. Just in the middle of all the burnt bracken, and now it's all grown back. It's still bare earth, so he did a good job of.
It's now 3:30. We left at 7:30 in the morning. The tour's due to end at 6:30. That's when we get back to the city. Next stop is Wine. Might be the last stop, I'm not sure, but it's been a good tour so far. Really fun tour, a lot of great views, spectacular nature.
Region here, they've been through some tough times of late. North of Sydney, and that's lower and gets a lot hotter in the summertime. They hold the Bong Bong picnic races, which is, well, it used to be a major event when I was growing up. It was the biggest event of the year. Around here you'd have people come from all around the state, and it was on television. Just up in the centre of the racetrack there's a hill, and that used to get taken over by these bikie gangs which had come from all around Australia, or all around New South Wales. I'm not sure what attracted them to the horse racing, but they're all there up on the hill. So the population of Barrel avoid that because they have traffic lights now. And I mentioned to some of you at lunch there that the hospital I was born in is now apartments, so it's no longer space. Cattle. Just on the left here, there's a dam, and up there
Okay.
do you want to, let's see, maybe if you shuffle along one here, and
Austrian grape variety. We do grow it in New South Wales. Cream cheese. That's going to be in the first sparkling, and then we're going to have last. But
5 years.
all right.
She's like, only wants that. Won't want anything else. And I'm like, oh God.
Just for the record, there is no wine tasting in this video, but I did get some clips of what you'd expect if you're on this tour. It's a nice establishment, and the other people in the tour definitely enjoyed it a lot. I did like the cheese board though. The cheese board was amazing. There's this cheese with the white coating, you saw it in the clip. I remember I bought a Christmas meal with that. There was like a pizza slices on dough ball slices with that cheese in the middle, and I remember dipping it, and it was so good. And I was just like, oh, they got this cheese here, that's brilliant. I could buy a cheese board, but I'm choosing not to because I'm not going to buy a whole cheese board just for that little cheese. But I don't know what it's called. I think it's camembert or something like that. But it's amazing.
I know, yeah. Down the steps just there. What's that? I don't know exactly.
Jamaica.
delicacy. So they're 2 chocolate biscuits. So exploring down to the south, where very few visitors to Sydney go. As you saw, we didn't really encounter many others. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your time in Sydney, even if it's only tonight. And have a safe trip home when it's time to go home, or on your onward voyage, passage, flights, however you're getting around. Just going to turn the light on. Make sure that you get all your belongings. Don't leave anything behind. Someone left a phone down in between the seats the other day. I mean, if you do leave anything, it's not lost forever. You just have a look on eBay tomorrow morning. And if there's anything that you think we should change or improve, then please let me know. And if you enjoyed yourselves and you found reviews useful to choose the tour, then please pass it forward and tell the world. We'll be happy to have all your friends, acquaintances and others join us in the future. Alrighty.
And that is it. We are done with the tour. So my tour guide was Stephen. I don't know if that's spelled with a V or a PH, but his name is Stephen. He was great tour guide. He was fantastic today. We did a good job of showing us around in 11 hours, and we came back pretty much exactly 11 hours later. So like, it was very on time with everything. Wildlife Park was amazing, and it got so packed as well. So it's amazing that we got in before opening time. You know, that's that's part of paying the tour. Obviously, it was included. The price was included. We had to pay in the admission fee, and on top of that, we got to go in early. So that was a great privilege for us, for sure. And then the rest of it, just exploring, doing the bushwalk, seeing these beach areas, lookouts, the Seacliff Bridge, and even the wine tasting building. Even though I don't drink wine, it was still a nice, a nice establishment, and to see outside, their front garden was pretty spectacular. And also, I want more of that cheese board. That cheese board, biscuits and cheese, yeah, with the. I think it's camembert. I don't know if it's actually called that, but that was some brilliant cheese, my friends. But yeah, apart from that, even the lunch was good. Like, it felt like we were having a proper premium lunch. And I guess, considering I paid quite a lot for the tour, it makes sense that I got an expensive lunch as part of it. So we got a good lunch, the wildlife park entry, early entry, and all the other stuff. It was really brilliant. It was very good, very brilliant. So I can't thank Stephen enough and the company. So I picked up on a few things. So there's a famous kangaroo in Australia called Skippy. Heard the story of Skippy. Never heard of Skippy. I've heard of Kangaroo Jack, but not Skippy. There's a couple Australian desserts that I apparently should try. Pavlova and Lamington. And they both sound very tasty based off his description of it. He did give us Tim Tams as well, and I've already tried those. My mom even says, bring some Tim Tams home, please, because my mom, my aunt, they're like, we like Tim Tams, bring them home, because I brought them home last time. I brought like 4 different flavors. They're like, bring more, David, bring more. I don't want to buy any now because like I'm flying around everywhere. It's better when I reach the final state I visit before I leave. That's where I should buy the Tim Tams. Last time I bought them at the airport, but maybe I should buy like multi-packs at a supermarket or something. I'll work it out. So we had another case of bad timing today. So there was that relative in Perth I was meant to meet, but they had to work extra hours, so I couldn't meet them up. Another relative who lives in Sydney wanted to meet up today, and I'm just like, I've had a tour plan, mate, I can't do it. And I replied saying I got free time on Wednesday, and then, well, we'll see what he says. It'd be a bit ridiculous if I was meant to meet relatives in Perth and Sydney and I end up meeting neither, but we'll see. Going back to the tour, I went a bit off track. Eucalyptus leaves, they don't rot. Eucalyptus doesn't rot, so it could be sitting there on the ground for 2 years and it still wouldn't rot. We was talking about Vegemite as well. I'm just like, I don't want to try that. He was just like, have you tried Marmite, David? And I answered him, I said, I've tried it, I don't like it. And he said, if you don't like Marmite, you probably won't like Vegemite. So but that's what I like about this tour guide, right? He always asks us about what our plans are, what we're doing, where we're from, who we are. He wants to get to know all of us. It's easy to do that with like a small tour group, but still, I appreciate that from tour guides when they really want to get to know you. and he was very talkative with everyone in a good way, so that was fantastic. Even like, I'm like socially awkward, and even I was welcoming of that. Even I was just like, yeah, this guy's a good guy. I think there's a church service going on. Another thing I learned, macadamia nuts, right? You know macadamia nuts from other countries. When people ask where that's from, people will not say Australia. Well, apparently macadamia nuts are actually Queensland nuts. They actually came from Queensland. They were called Queensland nuts. Macadamia nuts are actually from Queensland, so that's something I learned. Another thing, kiwi fruits is actually from China, but the New Zealanders have tricked us into thinking it's from New Zealand. These are just random facts, but I thought I'd just pick up on certain facts I learned during the journeys, because like he talk about a lot of things, and they talk about random facts and not just things related to the tour. I just thought, that's quite a fun fact. Let me share that with you guys, the viewers, because obviously I'm not filming the entire time. If I was filming the entire time, I wouldn't have to tell you, I'd just put in a video, but it's not like I have the battery for that anyway, or the storage. So whenever a tour guide says something that I'm not filming, and I think, oh, maybe the viewers might want to know that, I just note it down and I just tell you after. I think that's a good way to go. I really think it is. He also made a joke about mammal, you know, the term mammal. We know what mammals are, humans, whales, just there's a few different mammals. So he made a joke about what it actually stands for. So he said it's an abbreviation for middle-aged men in lycra. You see a lot of them on the beach. Pretty funny joke, but it's, you know, there's an A, not an I, so technically that abbreviation is wrong, so it kind of ruins the joke in my opinion, but it was pretty funny. And he also told us about the Burger King Hungry Jacks thing, but I've heard that before a few times. But what I wanted to point out is I would love to go to Adelaide and try the Burger King in Australia. You know, the restaurant that stopped Burger King from naming a Burger King in Australia. This guy wanted to be the Burger King, and he would not allow this big company to take his shop's name. So I want to visit the shop in Adelaide if it still exists. I want to try this Australian Burger King. It's funny, I actually don't like Burger King. I actually don't think it's that good. So I feel like I'd probably like the local one in Australia more than the actual big chain. Anyway, that was Davidoff's talk of some useful information and mostly useless information, but I just thought I'd add to the video a bit. But I had a great tour. It's currently 6:45. I left at 6:30 from the drop-off point. Tomorrow the pickup point is a bit closer to my hotel, but it's still not my hotel, it's a different hotel. My hotel is not ideal for pickups, which makes sense considering where it is. That gives you another clue on what my hotel is. It doesn't have a car park or a front area where you can pick someone up. Yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to eat, and then what is that? That thing moves. As I was saying, I'm gonna find somewhere to eat, and then hopefully I can edit the vlog when I get back ASAP and get extra sleep, because I got another big tour tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Melbourne, it's not long till I'm there with you, okay? Just a few more days in Sydney and then I'm there. Sydney's certainly grown on me though, compared to the first day. I talked about this in the Taronga Zoo vlog, but like I've not uploaded that yet, so that's a bit redundant. But Sydney's grown back on me. I'm liking the city a lot more and more. You know what it was, right? I was in Perth, then I came here. Perth was so beautiful and clean. I was just so used to that. I came to Sydney and it's like, yeah. So, but Sydney's grown back on me now, so it's all good. So yeah, I did my outro, I think, but yeah, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.